Over the past 18 years, we have seen how service design have changed in the industry, from a very niche practice to right now all over the world in different organizations, and companies are seeking out to build this capability into their organizations. I'm Veron, I'm also the senior lecturer of the course. So we're going to talk about three things. One is what you can gain from the MA when you already work in the industry for years. Second, how some of our alumni are contributing to the wider design community. And lastly, how the service design course is transforming from the university from the within. I hope the following conversation is going to help you. One of the questions we often got asked by professionals is that, what am I going to gain from this MA after I have years of experience working in the industries? The truth is, the course was never designed to starting you from scratch. It really is about building on what you already knew and to take you somewhere further. And today I have invited 3 alumni. All of them have a brilliant career, and I will let them to share the story with all of you.
Hi, my name is Marina Filipa, but I go by Maru. And before joining the MA, I used to work in architecture here in London.
Hi, I'm Issa Brooks. I graduated the MA in 2021, and prior to the MA, I worked in advertising, in strategy, and as a manager.
I actually started off in advertising, and I was working in advertising for about 10 years. Where I am now is in Lloyds Bank. As a service designer, I work with the experience design team, particularly looking at experiences in commercial and business banking.
And since the MA, I have been working as a lead service designer at the Government Digital Service, also known as GDS.
Currently, I'm a lead service designer at BBC Studios, which means that I look after service design for our studios function, which is all about distributing and bringing global audiences together. I had a bit of a squiggly career, I think, as most service designers do, and was just really itching for something a bit more design focused.
When I was working in architecture, I realized I care about the people more than the buildings. So I started getting together for coffee chats with different designers and folks that had left architecture, and very quickly picked up on the fact that it was the service designers that I was interested in the most. I liked how their brains worked, and I knew I wanted to learn how to be more like them.
I kind of had this niggling feeling that, where can I apply creativity in a way that's more far-reaching?
So I went to the internet to try and solve that, and I found the MA and just immediately was like, yes, this is exactly what I want to do. It ticked every single box.
Working in a big bank, working in a high street bank often means that you are working with a number of different functions. What my day-to-day basically looks like is a lot of facilitation, a lot of workshop, basically to ensure that all of these different stakeholders have a shared understanding or a shared view, and eventually come along on this journey to making sure that we lead to good customer outcomes.
I learned so much from doing this MA. If I had to pick one specific thing, I'd probably say the adaptability, that mindset of being adaptable and flexible for whichever brief or situation you find yourself in as a service designer. I think I mentioned I didn't come from like a very standard design background, but I had a lot of transferable skills and then picked up way more skills in the MA that I was able to then apply to all of my service design roles.
Sometimes I like to make up my own frameworks and tools as well. And I think that's where the MA really helped me, prepare me in a way to say, hey, if you don't have the right tools, why don't you just think about creating your own?
From the very get-go, we were told it is not about the tools in your tool belt, but rather being able to show up to a project and analyze the situation and design your tools if that's what you need. And every day I show up at work, not knowing what to expect, but being confident that whatever comes up, either I'll rely on tools I already have or come up with new ones to fit the situation.
You don't have to come from a traditional design background to thrive in this MA.
But what we get to do here of actually working side by side with other service designers, learning from their brains and how they tackle problems is really special. And I want to encourage everyone to take the time to really enjoy that.